Hey, how's everybody doing? My name's Coupe and I'm back and I'm giving you some Call of Duty 4. This is another game from my open lobby. Now, you know, the gameplay speaks for itself, so enjoy. Sit back, watch, enjoy, and listen to one of my fabulous stories I've got for you. Now, I'm going to tell you about a camping story. Yes, a camping story. Yes, I do go camping. I'm not a redneck, but I do enjoy camping. Now, I went recently camping. A couple of weeks ago, you know, there was, who was there? My dad, his wife, my aunt and uncle, actually, well, he's not really my uncle. She's my aunt. They married years later. They got a campsite just near us, and my cousin Charles, Chucky, we call him, you know, Chuck. He also has a site near us. Now, Billy, by the way, this is, Billy, you know who you are. If you can't, this is something you can't tell your parents. So if you can't hold your urge to tell them, then you have to turn this video off now. I'm giving you a 5-second warning. Okay, now that that's said and done, so I went camping recently. There's lots of people out there. There's, you know, there's many people there. We all had a good time. Lots of camping experiences. And, you know, I went to sleep earlier that night, actually, than most people. I think everybody else crashed around, I don't even know. I think it was like 2 or so, but, I had a Red Bull, and I find sometimes that Red Bulls, I crash, just like everybody else does. I drink them, and then I crash after, like, maybe an hour after I drink one. And so I started getting, like, dozing off out in front of the campfire around, let's say around 11:30, 12 o'clock, maybe 12:30, so say 12 o'clock. I started crashing, and I started, like, just passing out, and I was like, okay, that's, you know, I can live with that. I'm gonna go lie in my bed and enjoy some nappage, and, you know, maybe I'll wake up, maybe I'll just need a 20-minute nap or something like that, and I'll be able to come back and play, and it'll be great. Well, that's kind of what happened. You know, I woke up to some weird noises. And I heard some noises and some squeaking. It was I don't know if it was like somebody trying to break in or what was going on. And then I started hearing noises and more and more noises, different types of noises. And then it sounded like people talking, but it was like mumbling. They were just like mumbling and they were like grunting. And then I was like, okay, this is getting a little weird. What the hell's going on here? And yeah, there were some people, you know, having sex within, I would say, 2 meters, maybe less than 1 meter. I would have to say, yeah. There's, I don't know if you guys have ever encountered this, where you're, you know, somebody doesn't have the ability not to fuck when they're right next to you. Well, I've been involved in that now. I can say that I've had to deal with that, and so I waited for them to finish. Not because I'm any sort of pervert or prevert or whatever, but I didn't want them to feel. I didn't want to have to deal with the awkward situation of, like, basically saying, "Hey, can you guys stop? Because you're freaking me out right now." So I sat there and I didn't move, and I let them finish. It was about 5 minutes since I woke up. I don't know how long they were going at it before. It was about 5 minutes since I woke up, and so I let them finish, and I walked outside, and I gave them another like 10 minutes after they were done and they were lying there. I gave them another 10-15 minutes. I lied there, and then I went outside, and then I didn't make any noises. I just shook myself. It was just like, oh, I just had to deal with somebody fucking next to me. I've had to deal with that before, actually. Remember, well, it wasn't like right next to me though. I've been at a buddy's house, you know, after a party, and you know, he's in the second floor. I'm on the main floor, passed out on his couch, and you can hear them fucking in the next floor. You know, that's kind of normal. That shit happens. That's life of the youth, I guess. But let me know in the comment section below if you guys have ever been involved where you heard people having sex, like whether it was right next to you, right in the next room, just the next floor. Either way, where you had to deal with the sound of other people doing it. And this was the first time that it was my family. Yeah, that's right. It was my dad and his wife, and they were doing it like literally less than a meter away from me, and I woke up to that sound. And the next day, they were like, "Man, you went to sleep early last night." I was like, "Yeah, I woke up around 5:30 because that's the time they finished, and I woke up and left." But they didn't notice that I left, so I must have given them enough time to pass out because they had drinking. So I'm sure after they fucked, they lied there for a few minutes and passed right out. So I was like, "Yeah, I woke up around 5:30." They're like, "No, you weren't up at 5:30," and I was like, "Yes, I was." My dad's wife was like, "See, I told you were making too much noise." So I tried not to make it awkward. It ended up being that way anyways. So that's my my story, my camping story. Was it fun for you as it was not for me? I've actually walked in on my mother and her boyfriend. They're not really married. They're not married. They've just been together for like, God, I can't, 12, 13 years now? At least 12 years now they've been together. And and I had to walk in on that, and somebody called, and I was just like, I went into mom's room and I knocked first, but before I gave them a time to answer, I opened the door. I was like, "Mom, the phone!" Oh my God! And they were doing like spooning sex, meaning like they were fucking like a spoon, and I don't know. It was like half doggy style. There was legs in the air, and it was just bad. It was just so bad. Anyways, that's the end of the game. That's the end of my story. I hope you enjoyed it. Billy, don't tell your parents unless this story is already spread. I don't want to have to deal with them finding out that you found out about my commentaries, and then I'm gonna get in shit. So, don't tell your parents. That's all I'm gonna say. I know you like that. You know, you and your dad are real tight, but just don't tell them. You could tell your buddies at school. I don't really care. I don't want to get it back to my dad because I don't know. You might not think it's all that funny. Anyways, this is Lex Coupe saying rate, comment, subscribe, dooch, doosh, skadoosh. This is Lex Coupe. My cat's in heat, so don't forget to follow me on Twitter.